Hello, friends. This is Miss Jersky here with your Thursday, April 16th ELA guided video lesson. So today we're going to keep on rolling with author's purpose, which is our main ELA skill for this week. What we're going to do is we are going to be applying what we practiced with that on Tuesday. We had a little bit of a shorter week this week, so we're going to be practicing what we did with that on Tuesday and review that PIE acronym with author's purpose today. And then we're also going to be applying a couple of other ELA skills that we've practiced throughout this year, in particular main idea, which we talked about last week. And then we're going to also tie in a little bit of some text features, some supporting evidence, things like that with a nonfiction passage that we're going to read together today, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my PowerPoint. And today is Thursday, so let's get to the right thing. Yep, Thursday, April 16th. Here we go. All right, so quickly, let's just review that acronym PIE for author's purpose. And we use this to remember that authors write for one of three reasons. So the P in PIE stands for persuade, which remember we said, come on, do like me. If I'm trying to persuade you, I'm trying to get you to do something. I'm trying to get you to think a certain way. Like maybe you could write a letter to the principal, trying to persuade her reasons why we should have more recess time. Or you could write a letter to persuade your parents why you should get a pet bunny rabbit. Anything like that where you're trying to get your reader to believe or think or do a certain way that you want them to. Now the I in PIE stands for inform, which is facts and information. That's going to be those nonfiction texts where we get lots of facts and lots of information on a different topic. Maybe if it was a story about a certain type of animal, or maybe it was a biography about a person's life where I'm getting true, real facts and information. That author's trying to inform me on that topic. And then finally, the E in PIE stands for entertain. An entertaining story, we say lights, camera, action, shoot, because this could be like a movie made into a movie or a TV show where the author's just trying to make you laugh or give you a story that's enjoyable to you. All right, so this is going to be our story we're going to read and focus on together today about the Cherokee people. Now, my suggestion is that you hang out with me here for a minute and we read through this story one time together, and then maybe you press that pause button on your video and then read this whole story one time silently in your head, or even out loud if you wanted to, so that way you're an expert before we start going through the 5 or 6 questions that we have to go through this story. Okay, so this passage is called The Cherokee People. The Cherokee people lived in the southeastern United States. They lived on the land that is known as North and South Carolina, Virginia, and Georgia. The Cherokee people lived near rivers. They built their own homes, mostly with clay. Summer homes were in the shape of a dome. In the winter, they lived in lodges shaped like rectangles. Now, good readers, as they read through a text that's new to them, come up with different questions like I wonder, or I noticed, or I think, things like that as they read. And something that stood out to me already is I wonder why their homes are shaped like domes in the summer, but there's in lodges like rectangles in the winter. That's something that I'd like to know more about. The Cherokee people lived in tribes. A tribe worked together. Each family shared jobs. The Cherokee men hunted and fished. They protected the tribe. The Cherokee women made clothes and cooked meals. They taught important lessons to the children. The Cherokee people liked to play a game called stickball. This game is now known as lacrosse. Each tribe had a government. The tribe's leaders met in the tribe's meeting house. They made important decisions for the people. The tribe's leaders talked about keeping peace with their neighbors. They decided when to look for new hunting grounds, and they planned important celebrations. The Cherokee people were talented. They were expert storytellers. Many well-known legends came from the creative Cherokee people. The Cherokee women made beautiful baskets. They made clay pots and decorated them with paints made from berries. The Cherokee men carved log canoes to use for travel and fishing. Today, the Cherokee people are part of the Cherokee Nation. The Cherokee Nation is a large group of Cherokee people with its own government. It has a capital in Oklahoma. The Cherokee Nation celebrates the Cherokee people. It helps people make Cherokee baskets and pots. It teaches the children about Cherokee history. So I see two pictures with this passage also. The first one up there looks like three Cherokee men maybe, and in a minute we're going to have this picture blown up and you'll be able to see it a lot better and answer a question about it. And then I'm assuming that's one of the Cherokee baskets that the women made and the Cherokee Nation helps people to make today. And the last thing I want us to notice is I saw three bold words in this passage. I see dome in paragraph 1, I see talented in paragraph 4, and I see creative in paragraph 4 also. And at the glossary here at the bottom, I see those three words again, and it gives me their word meaning. So it says a dome is a half circle or half sphere shape, shaped like an upside down bowl. Talented means having special skills or able to do great things. And then creative means able to make or build things. Now, another thing good readers do is they make connections between this new text that they've read and text they've already read before. I see a lot of things as I was reading this that reminded me of the Groundhog Day passage we read last week. I see bold print words just like that. I see in paragraph 1, there's the pronunciation for Cherokee in those brackets, just like Puxatawny Phil. We had that last week. And then another connection I made is how it said that the Cherokee people were talented storytellers, and they used to tell a lot of legends that were very creative, just like the legend of Puxatawny Phil seeing his shadow and whether or not it's going to be a longer winter or spring is coming. So that's another connection. And they both had a glossary at the bottom of their passages too. Okay, so like I said earlier, if you'd like, you can pause this real quick, read this one time through silently in your head or out loud, and that way you'll be an expert by the time we get to these questions coming up. All right, so heading right into the questions, I am going to make my little video screen go away so that I can go into draw mode so we can note evidence in our text to prove our answer. So nothing's wrong with your, nothing's going on with your screen or your device, and it's just something I'm going to make go away so we have more room to see our evidence, okay? All right, so I'm going to go right into that on my iPad. All right, so question number 1 is asking us, why did the author write this passage? Okay, we've got our little chart down there at the bottom with our PIE acronym. So let's look at our choices. Choice A says to persuade the reader to make a Cherokee basket. Okay, now the word that sticks out to me from this choice is persuade. Persuade, again, remember, means that we're trying to convince or talk someone into doing something. Now, it did mention the Cherokee baskets a couple times in this passage, but it never tells me how I make one or reasons why I should make one. So I'm going to slash and trash choice A. I don't think that's the best one for me to pick. Now, choice B says to inform the reader about the Cherokee people. Inform is my key word here. Remember, that's giving me real facts and information. And if I look back in my story, I definitely see a lot of informing. I see a lot of facts and a lot of information about the Cherokee people. Paragraph 1 tells me where they live. Paragraph 2 tells me about their tribes and how they worked within their tribes. Paragraph 3 gives me information about the government. Paragraph 4 gives me different facts about things that they made. And paragraph 5 informs me about the Cherokee Nation today. So I definitely think I have enough evidence to support B, so I'm going to put a maybe there. All right, C says to entertain the reader with a story from the Cherokee people. Now, like we talked about a minute ago, it does say that they're talented, expert storytellers, and a lot of well-known legends came from them. I see that here in paragraph 4, but I don't think that the author here wrote this passage to entertain me with one of the stories from their people. He informed me that the Cherokee people told lots of stories and well-known legends came from them, but the actual passage here is not a story from the Cherokee people. So I'm going to slash and trash choice C. And then the last one says that the author was trying to inform the reader about the Cherokee canoes. Well, he did inform me about the Cherokee canoes here in paragraph 4. It says the Cherokee men carved log canoes to use for travel and fishing. But the whole purpose for this entire text, I don't think was just informing about those canoes. I think we can all agree that the author is definitely informing us. There was a lot of facts and a lot of information through this. But looking back at my story, I see the titles, the Cherokee people. I see information and facts about the Cherokee people throughout it. So it give me a little bit of information about the canoes, but the whole passage is not focusing on informing about the Cherokee canoes. The whole passage is informing me about the Cherokee people, and the canoes is just one of those details about that. All right, let's head on to the next question, which is going to be two questions very similar to ones that we had last week. So the first question is asking me about the glossary there at the bottom. Remember, we just read that the glossary has those 3 bold words, dome, talented, and creative, and it gives me what those words mean out next to it. So let's look at choice A. Choice A says, that the glossary, we're focusing on the glossary provides the meaning of keywords. Well, I do see that dome, talented, and creative are those 3 words from the story, and it does tell me what they mean out next to them. So let's put a maybe for choice A. Choice B says that it organizes the information into different sections. Now, I know based on what I've learned about text features already this year that those would be what we call subheadings. Subheadings organize the information into different sections. They would probably go here, 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 and here. And we don't even actually have those in this story. So I'm going to cross out B. And then C says it shows the reader where to find more information about the topic. I think that's going to be more like my index or even that table of contents that gives me page numbers to find out where I can find more information about detailed topics. And we don't have one of those in here, so that can't be the purpose for our glossary. And then finally, D says that it describes what's happening in the picture. Now, I do have 2 pictures here, but I don't have any words that describe what's happening in the pictures. And we call those captions. Captions tell us what a picture shows, but I don't have that in here, so that can't be the purpose for my glossary, which I do have down here. So A is going to be my best choice for my glossary. It provides the meaning of those keywords. All right, let's look at the second one here. They're trying to trick us on this question by using different words that we're not familiar with, but this is something that we've already talked about and that we're already very knowledgeable about. It says, what is the main topic of the passage? Main topic, guys, is just a fancy term for main idea that we already know because we already talked about it last week. So main idea, remember, is what the whole story is about. So we'll switch to my highlighter and let's find out if A, B, C, or D gives us the main idea or what the whole story is about. So was the whole story about A, the Cherokee people played lacrosse? It definitely mentions how they like to play a game called stickball, and that's called lacrosse in paragraph 2. But I don't think that's what the whole story is about. That's just one of the details of things that they like to do. B says the Cherokee people had many special skills. Okay, well, I can probably find evidence of that in every paragraph. Let's go look. So one of their special skills in paragraph 1 was they built their own homes. One of their special skills in paragraph 2 was that the men hunted and fished and the women made clothes and cooked meals. In paragraph 3, it talked about the government and how the government made important decisions for the people. They kept peace with their neighbors. Paragraph 4 all focuses on how they were talented. It said about how they were storytellers. The women made baskets. They made clay pots and they decorated them. The Cherokee men carved log canoes. And then paragraph 5 goes on to tell me about the Cherokee Nation today and how the Cherokee Nation keeps on those traditions, keeps on with the different talents and special skills, and celebrates those today by helping other people make them and teaching them about their history. So I found evidence of their special skills throughout the whole entire story. So I think we can keep B as a maybe. Okay, paragraph C, sorry, choice C, I'm gonna switch colors real quick, so don't get confused. Choice C says that Cherokee people hunted for food. Well, yeah, I do see that in paragraph 2, that the Cherokee men hunted and fished. Yeah, it's only mentioned in that one paragraph, though. So we can't choose that as our main idea for the whole story if it's only mentioned in one paragraph. And then D says the Cherokee people lived in domes. I do see that in paragraph 1, that their summer homes were in the shape of domes. But again, their homes, them living in domes, is only mentioned one time in the story. So I don't think that can be what our whole story is about. This keeps not record. Okay, never mind. Sorry. I thought we weren't moving, but I forgot I turned my camera off. So my green light went off. I thought we'd frozen again. So my best choice for B, our main idea or the main topic, is B. The Cherokee people had many special skills. All right, let's keep on keeping on. You guys are doing a great job. We've got this question and one more, and then you'll be on your own for some practice. All right, so this question is asking us about this picture. Remember, I told you we'd zoom in and see this picture a little bit more clearly. And it's asking us which sentence best describes what is shown in this picture. Remember we talked a minute ago about the word, ooh, that is very messy. Let's try that again. We talked about the word caption. A caption would give us more information about our picture. So let's look at this picture. I think I see 3 men. I noticed that they're dressed like Cherokee tribe members. I see that each of them has a stick in their hand. Each of them has a stick in their hand. And it looks like this one in particular has a ball there with his stick. So let's read A, B, C, and D and see which sentence best describes what we see here in this picture. So A says the Cherokee people lived in the southeastern United States. Well, I don't see any evidence of them being in the southeastern United States. I know I read that in my story, but I don't see that here in my picture. So I'm going to slash and trash choice A. Choice B says that they built their own homes mostly with clay. Well, that doesn't describe my picture because I don't see their homes. So I'm going to slash and trash choice B. C says each family shared jobs. Well, I did read that. I read A, B, and C in my passage. But in this picture, I don't see each family member sharing jobs. I don't see them hunting and fishing. I don't see them cooking and doing their different types of jobs here. And so D says the Cherokee people like to play a game called stickball. Well, I can infer based on what I read in my story that they are playing a game called stickball here because they have their sticks in their hands. That one in the front has the ball with his stick. So based on what I read in the passage and what I see in this picture, I think that D describes what is happening in this picture. All right, last question, and again, super hard worker challenge. You guys know I like to save these for the end. This question is asking which detail from the passage supports the idea that the Cherokee people were talented. Now remember, the word support means that it has to match or say sort of the same thing. So I'm looking for something that supports what? I want to support that Cherokee people were talented. Now remember, back in our story, it talked about the word talented, how it meant they were really good at a certain thing. So I want to find which of these 4 sentences supports or matches or says the same thing as them being talented. Okay, so choice A says that the Cherokee people lived near rivers. While that might be true, the fact that they lived near rivers does not tell me how they were talented. I need to find one of their talents, one of their skills that they were really good at. Them living near rivers is not one of the reasons why they were very talented. So I can slash and trash choice A. B says the tribe's leaders met in the tribe's meeting house. That's focusing on the government that led the different tribes. And again, that's not one of their talents or one of their skills that really stood out or supported them being very talented. So I'm going to slash and trash choice B. Choice C says that the tribe's leaders talked about keeping peace with their neighbors. This kind of goes along with choice B. It's focusing on that government that they had that led their tribe. While that was important to the Cherokee people, that's not one of the talents that was listed back in that paragraph. So I'm going to slash and trash choice C. Last choice here says that the Cherokee women made beautiful baskets. Now, focusing here where it said that they made beautiful baskets. I remember back in my story where that was listed as one of the talents that they had. One of the things that they were really good at was making those beautiful baskets. So this sentence, choice D here, does support or match that the Cherokee people were talented. Okay, those are tricky ones with that word support there, but I know if we keep practicing it, we're going to get it no problem. Great job, guys. Way to hang in there and answer those questions. Last thing for you to do today for ELA is to hop on over to your seesaw activities, and you're going to see something that looks like this. You're not going to see that green assign button that's right there. That's just from my view on my computer. But you're going to go in and you're going to see you've got this short story about fun in the sun, responsible ways to have fun in the sun. And then you're going to answer questions 1, 2, 3, and 4. Be careful, number 4 might be a pick 2, and you're just going to read the passage and circle A, B, C, or D, and don't forget to go back and note evidence from the text to prove your answer, okay? You guys did a wonderful job today. Tomorrow is Friday, and we're going to have so much fun looking at our new writing unit that we're going to start together. So I'm so excited about that, and I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Bye.